Leo, Leo, Leo. What have you been up to? I was shuffling the cards, and the only sense that I was getting was that you guys were up to no good. Leo was being naughty. Don't know what that means, but we're going to find out. Laying out these cards. It's the Rider-Waite deck. I'm sure most of you are familiar. But Leo, I wanted to go there. I kept hearing the Team Rocket thing. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Let's find out what that means for you, huh? Okay, 5 of Pentacles in reverse as your significator. So maybe Leo's not doing too hot. In some less than ideal situations with some less than ideal people. Are you disappointed in yourself? It's just a question. I'm not saying that you need to be disappointed in yourself. And there's part of me that wants to say that circumstances are forcing you to be making maybe unideal choices, but you're still in the driver's seat. You're the one making the choices. So don't point the finger. Covering you, we have the Hermit. You know, the fact that you're even watching this video tells me that you're at least at a point where you're taking a quick step back from whatever that is, whatever that trouble, double trouble is. Enough of a step to see it for what it is and see your place in it and see that you're in the driver's seat. You know, you have the 2 feet that you're using to walk this path. If there's something to be blamed for, if there's something wrong with this, it's been your choices that have led you here. And I'm going to apologize right off the bat if it seems like I'm coming across really aggressively and strong for Leo right now, but I don't know why it feels like you need a firm hand to tell you to stop. Crossing you, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You know, this is the universe stepping in and saying, we need to redirect. We need to shift. We need to... This wheel is turning, taking us down the wrong path. We need to stop, reverse, back it up, turn, go that way instead. Like, I'm hearing like gasping for air, like you just woke up from a nightmare. It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting looking at these 3 cards together like this. Like you just had the worst nightmare. This is an analogy, but it could be literal, I don't know. Where you were homeless, you doing drugs, you were partying too hard, walking drunk down the street to get back to your house. And maybe this is something that happens too often, too much. And so this dream, you know, something kind of screwy happened because the cycle that you were in just keeps on repeating, and it's like something needs to stop the repetition before it just goes on forever and ever and you end up destroying yourself. Like, this is the point, the point where the brakes are pressed and you wake up gasping for air and you realize what happened. You see the truth. With the hermit carrying his little lantern, I don't know if this has something to do with the drugs, but it's like, it's your hand on the lighter. You know, it's you're the one holding the pipe. You're not a puppet with strings. Put the bottle down. You know, life isn't just about partying. Life can be a party, but I don't think partying is destroying yourself. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the right thing to do. And I think you know that too. So let's wake up from that bad dream and start something else, something better. At the root of your reading, we have the judgment card. Damn. I don't think anything needs to be said with that. It's like, this is the moment. The trumpets have been sounded. Like, you either self-correct or you're gonna get fucked. Is kind of the feeling that I'm getting from this. Like, this is it. You can't keep doing this anymore. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and it's probably going to be you. Oh, wow. Leo. Behind you, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. This, to me, is representative of the person who's gone down the path of excess, who has partied hard and spent all their money, or, you know, thrown caution to the wind in some way, and realized that it hasn't made them any happier. It hasn't brought any real enduring value to their lives. And in fact, it's done the opposite. It's made them unhappy. It has taken value from their lives, literally or figuratively. And now what you're left with is wandering alone down the street, wondering how you got here. I think you know how you got there. The crown of your reading, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Bound up by your own decisions, bound up by your own choices. Your restrictions, you put the handcuffs on yourself. Take that as you will. I don't know. You've brought yourself to this place. This is just like really confirming everything that I've already said. Like, this is your point where you need to take responsibility for your life and for yourself and for, I don't even necessarily want to worry about the people around you, but your actions are definitely affecting the people around you. Don't take them down with you. And don't beat yourself up either. Because I feel like that's just adding more fuel to your motive to self-destruct. That's heavy. Like, you are your own worst enemy, definitely accept the support where it's provided, but don't abuse it. And don't take it for granted, because it won't take much for it to be completely withdrawn and never extended again. It could be that somebody has approached you and presented you with the truth of whatever the situation is, and has given you an ultimatum, like, if you don't fix this, you will never see me again. Like, we are ending this. And that could be what this point is. Like, that's your Wheel of Fortune moment. When the wheel stops spinning for long enough for you to maybe understand that you're spinning in the wrong direction. Flush it down the toilet. That's what I'm hearing. It's just like that vortex image popped up into my head, spinning the wrong direction, and I started thinking about toilets and like how the water spirals in different directions depending on which hemisphere you're in, northern or southern. And then flush it down the toilet. Like, maybe literal, I don't know. 3 of Cups is before you. So it may seem like what you were doing was the real party, but I assure you that the real party is not in self-destructing, is not in tearing down walls. It's in building homes with people who are there to help you build them, and build them with materials that are meant to last and that insulate from harsh elements, and provide a space for you to be together around the hearth, eating good food that makes you feel good, creating things that are beautiful and that make you feel and see the beauty in life. But it's a fine line to get to that point. There needs to be, I don't know if we'll see the Temperance card, but that's like the image that I'm really getting in my head is like the need to be balanced and careful. And if this is about drugs or alcohol or some other form of excess or addiction, like, this is moving forward knowing that you will always carry that with you, and you will always need to toe the line with care moving forward in order to give this part of your life up, in order to give the drugs up. It's always going to be a part of you, but it doesn't need to enslave you. Current element, current situation, current energy around you. Wow. It's just, this reading is just so, it's a lot. Like, I feel like I could probably cry at any moment. It's a lot. You have the Hierophant in reverse. So this is like the realization that something is very wrong. Something is going down the wrong path. And maybe I should say, Leo, that this person who may be partying too hard, may be addicted to something, or just being a little excessive in some form, doesn't necessarily have to be you. It's just somebody in the situation, somebody in the energy around you is kind of embodying this energy, and now you're at like the point where, is this right? Figuring out that there needs to be a guiding principle, an adherence to that guiding principle, I think, is more important, because it's not not being adhered to right now. It's, everything's kind of thrown upside down and anything goes. There's no boundaries set. There's no path of morality, so to speak. You need to build that path brick by brick to get out of this. And it's not going to be easy. In fact, it might be terrible. But I think what would be worse is to continue this, continue that, continue this, to continue this Five of Pentacles that I keep staring at. This is worse, infinitely worse than pushing through putting the work in to get out of that and to move in a new direction. The effort is worth it. It is so worth it. And you may not know that for a while, but when you get there, victory will taste so sweet. And every day is going to be a victory. Because every day you're presented with the choice. And you can make the right one. Six of Swords is representing people around you. Yeah, they're leaving this behind. I feel like whatever this ultimatum was, could be you giving the ultimatum. No matter what decision is made, this person is removing themselves from this. And this person can either go with them and try and make the effort to do better, to be better, to create something rather than destroy themselves, or they can watch as the boat grows smaller in the distance and they lose this person for good. What's it gonna be? For your hopes and fears, Five of Wands in reverse. It's just like clamoring voices, like all like arguing with one another and nobody's listening to each other. I almost feel like this is inner dialogue. Like it's just like so many parts of yourself are just like at ends with each other, or maybe it's this person, I don't know. And you're so focused on this infighting that it's making you afraid you're going to lose out on this opportunity. Or maybe you're afraid that if you do take the high road, I don't like this terminology, but really it's the only way that my brain is able to kind of articulate what I'm trying to put down. I think you're afraid that if you do try to put the effort in to correct, or if this person tries to put the effort in to correct, that it's not going to fix anything, that there's still going to be conflict, and it's not really what the problem is. But I think it is what is the problem. And I think that's just an excuse. You know, there's always going to be arguments and disagreements with the people that are in your life. Arguments and disagreements with yourself. But I almost feel like this is life or death now. This is really serious. This is existential on some level. So you can accept that life is going to be a struggle, but that it's worth struggling with. It's worth fighting swords with, wooden swords. And again, infinitely, infinitely better than resorting back to that nightmare. It will just continue to repeat over and 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 get you absolutely nowhere. Well, it might get you somewhere, but I don't think that's somewhere is where you want to be. For your final outcome card, we have the Queen of Wands. Leo, this is you in full power, in full glory, conquering your nightmares, directing your energy effectively, strong and powerful, creative, beautiful, in love with life, and able to enjoy life. It's not huddled around a campfire, wondering what your next meal is going to be, or what your next fix is going to be. It's not being alone, forgotten, unloved. It's you, beautiful and glorious and adored, surrounded by people that love you and that you love, in places that make you happy and make you see and remember how wonderful it is to be alive and to be anything at all. And what a gift to be a human. We are so blessed to be able to live and to create and to play with the experience of existing as anything. So what a shame it would be to just bury that away, to numb it all out. The peaks and the valleys both just, they're worth enduring for. The ecstasies and the agonies alike. Don't turn up the static on the TV. Don't tune out. Don't drop out. Show up for yourself, if not for the people that care about you. Because it's worth it. Take care of yourself, Leo.